Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live. My name is Jackie. If you are new to my channel, I post a lot of content about narcissistic abuse, specifically recovering from narcissistic abuse, and I give some, I don't want to say tips and tricks, but methods that you can use, and basically the process, the journey to recovery. And so if you like that type of thing, please keep watching. In this video, I discuss going no contact, specifically from family. So last week, I discussed going no contact from like a romantic partner and why it's so difficult to do so, and why you're always constantly thinking about them, wanting them back, craving the good old times. So if that's something that you're experiencing and you're trying to stop, you can check out my other video. I will link it in the description box, and I think it's going to be in the end screen as well, so you can just look out for that one. But today's video is about how to cut off ties with narcissistic family for good, how to stop feeling guilty for going no contact specifically, um, how to essentially navigate the withdrawal period of leaving a narcissistic family, and how to ignore the constant messages or guilt trips they send you, right? Like, so you've gone no contact from your family of enablers puppeteered by the grand narcissist. After realizing who they really are and knowing what they did to you was abuse and it was wrong, you left. And now you're on your journey of recovery, and for the first time, you feel kind of okay. Then you get a message or a call. How are you, honey? We miss you so much. Oh, how can you ignore your family when you know your family needs you? Family is everything. You are nothing without your family. Your family needs you for insert list of bullshit reasons why they need you, which they actually don't. Spoiler alert. It's the guilt trip, a message specifically designed to make you feel guilty and shameful for leaving behind the very people who hurt you without any remorse. And as a person with empathy and a heart, you might actually feel guilty. Perhaps the message is a form of love bombing, like we miss you, come back home, we love you. It's a message designed to tag at your heartstrings. Or you could get a message that's a hurling insults at you. Mm. I hate the person you've become. You've become so mean. Blah 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 blah. All sorts of insults. Or maybe you could get a mixture of both. You get a, oh, we miss you, we love you. How can you do this? You're such a horrible person. As the narcissist goes through their ups and downs, they will send you whatever they're feeling, right? And as someone who's trying to heal and grieve the loss of who you thought was a supportive family at the time, but now you realize it's quite toxic, you have to sort of grieve that without getting any closure or any sorries or goodbyes or anything. Just abruptly leave. Getting these messages or these calls from your family can be very triggering, and it can send you back to that dark place. I believe the best solution to deal with these sort of messages is just to stop responding to them. If you can block them, do that. Try to block them, try to block all contact, because it's not good for you to be constantly dealing with this type of thing. And it's they're just trying to make you feel guilty. They're trying to make you feel guilty for choosing you, for choosing yourself, for choosing your mental health, for choosing peace, for choosing to be with people who are loving and caring, or stepping away from toxic situations. You know what I mean? And it's very sad. Why would you make someone feel bad for doing something that's good for them? It's like if you were eating vegetables and you're trying to eat healthy, And someone's like, why would you eat vegetables? That's so horrible. You're so mean. People are dying. People are hurting. I'm just eating vegetables. I'm just trying to do what's best for me. So then, how do you stop feeling guilty? The key is to think this way. This separation, this no contact, is in order for you to heal. You cannot heal in the same place you got hurt. You need to get away from the abuse in order to prioritize your recovery. You also need to uncover the meaning you might have behind the guilt. For example, do you feel like you owe your family something? Like, no, I have to do this for them. Or perhaps you feel like they're incapable of taking care of themselves, so you're the one who needs to step in and take care of them. Or maybe you feel like leaving them behind is that you did something wrong. You may feel like you did something wrong by leaving them behind, or think like, I have abandoned my family. I have left them to fend for themselves. The truth of the matter is, you're not leaving behind a fragile child who is unable to take care of themselves. You're not leaving behind, people who are unable to take care of themselves, essentially. What you're doing is you are stepping away from the people who abused and hurt you. And when you do that, it's never a wrong decision to step away from people who hurt you, right? If they had the energy to do all those things they did to you, they have the energy to take care of themselves. Simple. You don't owe them anything. You don't need to take care of them. What you do need to do is take care of yourself. They can take care of themselves. They're grown adults. Give them the pleasure of being an adult and taking care of themselves for probably the first time in their lives. You did not do anything wrong by leaving. In fact, you made the right choice. Another reason you might feel guilty is that you might think that no contact and silent treatment are the exact same thing, but that is completely wrong. For example, when the narcissist gives you the silent treatment, right? They're trying to punish you, make you feel guilty, make you feel like you did something bad, right? But no contact is not a punishment, it's protection. No contact is protecting you against the narcissist, against the hurt, the pain, the abuse, the emotional abuse, the neglect, the invalidation, all that bullshit, the gaslighting, the manipulation, all of that. It's protection. It's a barrier of protection, protecting you from the lion in the cage. That's what it is. You're not punishing anyone. And the narcissist might come up and say, oh, you're punishing me, or you're hurting me, or, give a response that correlates to someone who is being hurt and punished. But that is all just a lie. It's a form of manipulation, essentially. They might feed you some sort of sob story that they really hurt by you leaving them, when the truth of the matter is they are just trying to guilt trip you into going back into the same toxic, abusive environment so they can continue what they've been doing to you. Simple as that. They do not want to lose their supply. They just want you to go back to receive more of the same treatment. They're never going to change, never going to be better. It's very, very slim chance. So no contact is leaving and going no contact is the best solution for you. And in fact, they probably, a good idea would be to make a list of all the times that they needed you, like for proper things, and then go back and think, could they have done that themselves? Did you really need to step in, or could they have done that themselves? And this is all linked to codependency as well. You might be codependent as well. That's probably something that you also, trying to heal or overcome, become more interdependent, and good for you. Take the time, step away from them to focus on yourself, focus on your healing, and make sure you get better and you're feeling, 100%. say, as I was saying about the manipulation, so they'll feed you a sob story about how, you're supposed to be here to take care of your family. What are we supposed to do without you? Like they can't take care of themselves, or your family needs you, or some horrible thing has happened and you need to come back. It's all manipulation to get you back into that toxic situation. I mean, I'm sure you would feel sad if, someone with no contact from you, someone isolated themselves from you, right? You would feel like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. What have I done? Blah, blah, blah. And so you would associate that situation with them. Maybe they feel this way. But the truth of the matter is they don't. They don't feel things the way you feel things. The only thing on their mind is getting back their supply. They're not sad that you left. They're not trying to fend for themselves. None of that. They're just putting on a show to make you feel guilty. So remember that. And also remember that you don't owe them anything. You need to have your best interest at heart. And going no contact is the best thing for you in that situation. They hurt you. So it's time for you to choose yourself. Choose freedom. No contact is freedom. Remember, it's not the same as silent treatment, which is punishment. No contact is freedom. So you don't need to feel guilty. You haven't done anything wrong. And lastly, I want to applaud you for going no contact. It's very hard to do, and you're extremely strong and brave for doing this. And I really applaud you. It's difficult to do something like this, especially with the narcissist constantly trying to rope you in and bring you back into their toxic life and toxic way of living. To really stand firm in your decision and say, I'm going to choose something that works for me, that is best for my situation, where I can heal, where I can be free from the toxicity and the abuse, the emotional abuse, and the drama. That is a huge step, and I'm proud of you for doing that. And whatever problems they may encounter in their lives, it's not your job to solve them. Let them solve their own problems. It's about time that they solve their own problems, right? It is not your job. Your only job is to take care of yourself. Yeah. And yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please join me in my next live. I go live every Wednesday at 1:30. So as PST. So feel free to join me for my next live. I think I'll be discussing the black sheep next week as well. I've done several videos. I'm gonna do another one. So yeah, feel free to join me, and I'll see you next week.